Greetings, my fellow Zedites. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Zed City, Episode 8, Workshop.
Okay, we are about to... Please be good quality. Like, don't be awful. You are a 15 constructor. Almost 16. Wow, you stopped at 2? Oh, okay. Good, okay. So now that that is good, I'll get rid of the pin and then work on the poker table. And that's excellent. All right. Then we can get rid of chess. And they're just more efficient recreation. So that we don't get bored. I think for poker, I'm going to have to settle on like very uncomfortable chairs. Just because I don't want to use the wood. And I don't want to use the steel. So we're going to go with stone. Did I ever get that vitals monitor? No. Maybe at next respite I can. But I don't think it's reasonable to try for now. Oh, there's also a warg out there? So I also have to be very careful with wargs. Because like most zombies I can outrun. Wargs, not so much. Warg catches me out in the open. I'm warg food. And I like kind of don't want to be warg food. That would be a weird way to die in a zombie apocalypse. Alright, Storm Guard. Let's get you chilling on the dock in the bay. Actually, we're still heading towards peak threat. I haven't done a special zombie scan, though. I'm gonna do one right now. There's also 2 ibex here. That'd be good hunting food. If any of you eagle-eyed viewers... Okay, there's a bear. Cool. I wonder how many are here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I think there's 22 zombies there. Used to be 17. They're kind of just like perpetually trapped, which works for me. I don't see any specials. These zombies are a little rowdy, though. Does sludge get washed away? Yeah. Yeah, it gets washed away. It's sort of like zombie blood that's like tar-like and absolutely slaughters movement speed. Super sticky slime. Oh, fog. Oh, fog off. Jesus. I hate fog. Fog kills your wind turbines and then also kills your accuracy. Accuracy is halved in fog. I mean, I get it, right? Living in my little M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, they are getting a little swarmy, though. Okay, stop planting potatoes. It's too cold, and it's only going to get colder. All right, sorry, Stormguard. You are not resting. These chairs, excellent and normal. It's pretty good. I just have Stormguard down here doing a little bit of perimeter clearing because I just don't want them to hoard. We are now on the backslide, so it's actually probably beneficial for Redfield. Assuming 5 meal. As soon as he's done with his meal, to actually aid and help out to clear. So that we might have access to the outside. World's best pastime. I'm going to very carefully have Stormguard try to lure zombies. Oh, you probably just saw it just then, the tar getting sort of deleted. because it does go away over time. Just very hard to traverse through. Let's tend to your needs. Hey, Crimson Rust. Drinks on you. Cheers. Is tar flammable? Once we get machining up, we can check. I hear... Oh, someone's getting married. I might have to cancel this marriage, depending on where this albino zombie is. So I do see a Slimer coming down for me. Where is the albino? He's down this way. Is there like a hollow thing in this mountain? That would like explain some things. Oh no. Oh god, okay, that's a tanky zombie. No, no marriage. Sorry. Sorry, but danger. Much danger heading our way. Maybe that's what I heard, and I thought it was the, albino. Alright, everyone flyer on the tank. Oh, just in time. Almost took the door down. You love the use of lake for the kill box? I very, very often will use deep water for exactly this purpose, because it's like just chef's kiss of defenses. If I didn't have deep water like this, there are other methods to be able to neutralize mass zombies, which I might be able to show at some point. One would be the use of zombie shockers. So zombie shockers is something that you can install in a room and activate from the outside, and when you activate it, I like how there's wires in here. When you activate it, all the zombies in the room will be temporarily tased. So what you could do is you could have an open door where zombies can go in, luring them in, and then essentially tase them to kill them. And I can incorporate that possibly in like a future design. And then there's also zombie thumpers. They're not so much a defense, but it's a, if anyone's played Half-Life, and if you haven't played Half-Life, you probably should. It thumps on the ground, but instead of repelling zombies, it actually attracts them. So the zombie thumper you can install. The caveat, however, is the range of the zombie thumper. The larger the range it has, it also destroys everything around it slowly, including its own power cables. So you can't just like rely on zombie thumpers and then never repair them. They are, by design, they like destroy themselves. Well, not the thumper themselves, but all the cables that are installed. So if I installed a thumper out here to attract zombies out into a specific spot, given enough time, the thumper would nuke its own cables and it would require maintenance. So we're heading very quickly to a zero threat situation. Are blocks not allowed? Yeah, they're allowed in there. So it's probably in my best interest to try to kill as many as I can so that I have free reign on the map. That guy forever. Thank you for the sub. And they're starting to blob up. Ooh. The other thing is, yes, the tar here, pretty good indicator. It is flammable. It will burn off. So that's another thing we could do is, once, especially when we have the wooden walls replaced with stone, when we have a moisture pump, we can use incendiary launchers, probably incendiary launchers over Molotovs, and burn off the tar. Stormguard, what do you, okay. I like how they can just sit here. Actually, you know what? They're not even comfortable. Well, still, it's an eating table. solve the whole eat without a meal, or without a table. A little snow to put the fires out. Yeah, they will get their marriage will get triggered again at some point. Anytime you draft anyone who's attending the wedding, you will temporarily cancel the wedding. So, provided they don't call off their marriage, you know, it will happen. Where they will get married at some point. Well, nice. Now there's not, like, goopy tar stopping us from moving around. We are taking part in the lovely poker and billiards, so that paid off. And I'm going to have you guys vote for the next colony project. I can continue improving the defenses, but I'll leave it up to you exactly what I do. So we are at 0 threat now. Redfield, I'm going to have you come out here. I want to leave Zeusin alone, even though Zeusin has a gun. Uh-oh. Because Zeusin is our researcher, and research is important, I think. Oh, that's interesting. It didn't... Oh, no, it's chasing her now. Juke! I long for, like, masterwork or legendary weapons. As masterwork and legendary ranged weapons have damage bonuses. And obviously really, really, really good accuracy. Which would really let me kill zombies quicker. I did mention I wanted the ibex. There's one. Here, let me just get close to the other one. And don't let the zombie get you. Alright, Redfield and Stormguard will be restricted to close to base. Oh, I did the wrong restrictions. Stormguard, Redfield. So that we can haul in the ibex. Hey, Tangier. Cheers. Thank you for the resub. Your longest Twitch sub? Well, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I mean, obviously, it's you, the viewers, that keep the channel going. And without you, I wouldn't be doing this. So I really, really appreciate it. All right, looks like a crafting room is going to be the most important. Now, one thing I know that I will want for a crafting room is more steel. So, we have 0 threat for one more day. I am going to try to send my people out to grab some building materials so that we can have everything we need for getting, you know, crafting really going. So let's mark down where there's high density steel. So there's a bunch of steel there. If I can find like a tool bench, that would be amazing. This stuff I might want to break down as well. So one of the rules of the series is no pod launching. You can, if you need to square it in your head, you can think that my people just don't know and will never know how to use pod launchers, which is why they're not allowed. Same with shipbuilding. Shipbuilding's not something that we can do, and you can just, it's one of those, like, we just don't understand how it works, so it's not a possible thing for us to ever construct. All right, close that. Crafting room. Got it. Yeah, getting a proper crafting room up would be great. So Redfield, one more cook, and then I'm going to have him start hunting. So we only have 53 zombies out here, and we know, what did I say, like 26 of them or something like that is up there. We have a lot of zombies sort of stuck in these ruins. What is... A cougar is eating a zombie. I guess if you're desperate. I would not have thought as cougars being my allies in this series, but alright. I mean, I'll take it. Whatever I can get. Okay, looks like we are free to roam about a bit. So I am going to unrestrict Stormguard and Redfield and very carefully micromanage them so that I can get some hauling done. So I'm going to go out to these steel ruins and just get as much steel as I can manage so that when it comes time to building, I can build without having to really worry about resource scarcity. Oh, the other thing maybe I will do is set this up close to base because of their really ridiculous pathing that they sometimes take. Whereas if I zone restrict them to close to base, then they won't take this like absurd path that has them traverse above this mountain into the danger zone. And Goro's over here working on a crafting room. I'm just chipping it away to make it sort of rectangular. I would say, Redfield, you need a little bit more needs than Stormguard. Stormguard, you come out here and go for another steel run. Don't bother cooking just yet. So half a day. Oh, and there's a wedding. You know, I'm almost tempted to cancel it. Simply because weddings give you a huge mood boon for half a year. But I'll allow it. So that it helps to counter stress. Because you'll end up getting attended a wedding. So, plus 20 for 10 days, and plus 40 for 30 days. I don't think I'm going to have any mental breaks. I think the mental breaks have been resolved. Other crafting materials that I might want for the crafting room is plasteel. So I thought I saw a little plasteel here. So, about plasteel, or about, like, strategy in general. So one of the requirements of this series is that we can't explore the overland map without vehicles. And for us to get vehicles, we're going to need biofuel refining. And to get biofuel refining, I could get it now, but we're currently working on microelectronics. And after microelectronics is done, I'll have you guys vote on what comes next. But vehicles are also going to cost a lot of components and chem fuel and other materials. So probably a very sound strategy in getting vehicles is to actually get fabrication first. And maybe even advanced fabrication so that we can produce the components ourselves. Because without being able to produce the components, you can end up in a situation where you end up with no components, not enough components to like maintain your vehicle or to maintain your base. And without the ability to build a fabrication bench so that you kind of get stuck in this, like, I don't have the resources to even get a fabrication bench to make more components. So fabrication benches are what, like 12? I forget exactly how many components they are, but essentially we need to make sure not to use up all our components before fabrication benches come. So some things will give us components, like auto doors, hospital beds. So there's other ways to get components out here on the map, but it's finite. And because there's no deep drilling and no meteors and no mining, we're certainly not going to find them in the mountains or in the ground. So we have to be careful with our component usage. Meaning that if I'm adding a crafting room, I have to make sure to only add crafting rooms that I absolutely need. Not just like like to have, want to have. Because we can definitely run ourselves out of resources. So our fun time outside is over. We're ramping up to like 95 threat. So I am hardcore locking the base down and removing a lot of that free roaming close to base. We did end up getting an extra like 300 steel, which is good. What about initial advanced components? I have 6 already salvaged from the map. So provided I don't use that 6, I'm fine. But if that 6 somehow burns up, we're frankly pretty screwed. There's not much point in killing zombies with the threat scale ramping very, very high for the next 4 days. Unless they pose a risk to the base. That would be the only exception. Or, well, yeah, pretty much the only exception. Nice, and we're starting to get the hospital room cleaned or flattened. Where I was mining out the rest of this. Another thing that I don't think would necessarily be unreasonable is as we get more stone, replacing as much of the wood as we have with stone to limit flammability, I think would be smart. As you've probably noticed, Randy likes to throw flash storms at me and all sorts of fires. And that would be a very good fire mitigation plan. That and the walls of our home being stone would be good too, but that's probably best done in temperate seasons so that the base doesn't become unbelievably, unlivably cold in the meantime. Although it's already pretty cold, to be fair. What do fire foam poppers cost? Components and steel, but quite a lot of steel and quite a lot of components for a single use item. A fire foam launcher or something like that, the fire foam turrets might be more economical, or just not using fire foam, because steel and components are a limited resource, and burning those limited resources may not be wise. So here's our little crafting room. I don't think I am going to pay for an electric smithy. I just don't think it provides enough bang for the buck. There's not stuff that I want to make on a smithy to warrant the cost. So I'm going to skip it. Machining table, that's a different matter. But electric smithy, yeah, I could care less. Or couldn't care less. Grabbing the fire foam poppers on the map would be a good idea? Yeah, it would be a good idea. Maybe to protect the walls. The thing about these outer walls is, yes, like they could burn, but you can put fires out on either side of the wall. And also because these are within the lake specifically, there's not a fuel source on the other side of the wall. So it would be a very strange situation. It's possible. It's possible that zombies catch fire and then huddle around the wooden walls and burn them up. But we can put those fires out from the safety within the base. So the chance of these wooden walls burning up is relatively low. There's just not there's not a fuel source nearby. Yeah, there could be a fuel source right here. One of the ways to mitigate this wall from burning up would be to, like, perhaps put a roof over it or put some steel down to prevent anything from growing here so that it's not close enough to ignite this wall. But the inside walls, again, don't really have an ignition source. The only thing that could burn up quickly would be the dock itself. So putting a fire foam popper on the dock itself could be useful, because I can definitely see a situation where, like, lightning hits the dock and the whole thing goes ablaze. And that would be unfortunate because, you know, we use the dock a lot. But I think these walls specifically are just, like, very low risk for fire. They're much higher risk for just zombies clobbering it or friendly fire being shot until it got broken. The other thing that I haven't yet shown is the repair tool. So this is a damage overlay tool that Cathanon made for Wizards of the Black Death. I didn't actually use it for Wizards of the Black Death. So that was a mini-series I ran back in January, which was a magic zombie series where a bunch of, like, necromancers accidentally caused the zombie apocalypse, and it was, like, medieval or whatever. But this damage overlay shows you damage. So the deeper the red, the more damaged it is. The green means only slightly damaged. And you can turn this overlay on to see if any of your walls are damaged. As you can see, there are some... some of this damage is actually the power grid underneath, the power conduits. So this is... I'll destroy the power conduit so it doesn't... there aren't red herrings as a result. There we go. That will look a bit more normal. But yeah, that's another tool that we can use to track base damage so that we don't run ourselves into a situation where damage goes unnoticed. Because it would be otherwise very difficult to notice, like, all the damage everywhere. I think Stormguard and Redfield are going to have to be drafted. I don't... Oh, hello. You are enraged. Let's kill you first. Yep, there's a whole bunch of enraged zombies, and enraged zombies are, like, wanting to gain access to you, so they, like, beeline to your walls and doors and attack their way in. And enraged zombies typically happen when the zombies hit, like, a critical threshold. So when zombies cluster up together, they get, like, they piss each other off. Like this. This is where... Oh, we have a tanky. Good to know. And we have rolling brownouts because of the eclipse. Alright, I think it's just one tanky, but I'm gonna send Zeus'in down here too. We need to clear this out fast so that killing the tanky is easier to do. Give everyone a break for a second. Oh, we have an albino. And a zombie attack. So these are zombies that are, like, up burrowing from the edge of the map, coming to attack us. Oh god, they're enraged. Okay, yeah. We're gonna need more people. Yeah, Redfield, stay right there. In case he opens it. Okay, we scared him off. Good. Oh, we killed him. Perfect. Oh god, and there's also a Slimer. This is not great. Alright, healer zombie needs to go, because it's going to protect the tanker. And then Stormguard almost has range on the tank. Nothing else emergency-wise coming in. That's good. Now, I'm curious if... Oh, you know what? I'm going to send her there. Oh, yeah, it's dipping below the hull. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're still on, like, a 3 or 4 alarm fire situation here. The tank operator is, like, smart enough to start being evasive. So I'm having to send my people out to active hunt it. Okay, and Stormdar just got malaria. Oh, boy. I just make sure that zombies don't fill the gap between us and home. Okay, everyone inside. Stormguard, you're going to be sent on bed rest, and I'm going to have Zeusin probably tend to you. Redfield, I'm going to have you extract some essence here while there's a little bit of not zombies. Never mind, they're coming in quick. Alright, Storm. Yep, rest until healed. Zeusin will be with you in just a sec. Make sure that Redfield doesn't suffer from polluted corpse sickness. I realize the doors are open. I can always... I mean, we have multiple doors for a reason. Alright, so the essences will need to be grabbed later, but I'm gonna stay in the base for now. Staying out there, they were trying to kill me. So Stormguard, you have not been tended to. Zeusin, you are failing your job here. I'm gonna raise doctoring up to a 1 priority so that she gets better treatment. It's also useful to have a still basin in there for food. Or water, rather. Alright, the big threat's gone, but obviously Redfield's going to need to be on an active patrol because there's still quite a lot of zombies congregating around the base. The threat is dropping, though, so killing zombies is helpful because they're not going to spawn back. There is a... what's that? Almost 2.5 day reprieve. But it's going to be, I think, very challenging to take advantage of that reprieve because of how likely short, or how many zombies there are. There's almost 200 zombies, and how we're short a shooter. So, a little tricky. Redfield, they're grouping up in a way that I don't feel comfortable with. Not at all. Alright, when is next tent? 5 hours? Yeah, it's worth waking Zeusin up. Clear a few extra zombies with her help. Quite the horde. Oh boy, some children zombies too. Would a minigun be a good weapon? Yeah, it would be. Same with like rocket swarm launchers. Anything with high accuracy would be honestly a pretty good weapon. All right, Stormguard 1 is your tend. 0.8 hours. So let's go wash, visit, and heal. And Redfield is just on perpetual patrol here, just because the threat's high enough from these zombies grouping up. I'm glad you're very, very happy getting married, because then I can abuse you. Look at all these corpses like popping through the walls. That's actually kind of beneficial. Where I was going to be able to, oh god, don't shoot. Did you get tended? You did, okay. I was going to say, don't shoot with Redfield, because there's a friendly fire danger here. In fact, it can be mitigated, this friendly fire danger, if at some point I just build a wall here to break line of sight to the zombies, so that you only really shoot when you're on the pier, and that way, when you're not at the pier patrolling for zombies, you're not, you don't run the risk of popping friendlies in the head. Oh, look at this. They collateraled. They killed each other. We're gonna call it Romeo and Juliet here. Montague versus Capulet, and they both die. A story as old as Shakespeare. So I'm still working on the crafting room. This is where it is. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a secondary priority. So if you have other things that you think I should work on, while I work on that, it's possible to maybe juggle too. So here is a second poll. I'll leave that up for 5. So I'm trying to like smooth out and, you know, smooth out the crafting room or whatever to more formalize it. But, you know, it takes a while to smooth a lot of stone. Zeusen, why aren't you doing more research? You're being a good doctor. Okay. That's pretty good. So there's one last hump in the next day, and then it dips to 0. We're at 107 zombies. And, oh, also, let's not have this be a gather spot. I don't want people gathering out there. I think I'm going to need to do some cooking with Redfield, because we don't have any fine meals. And that's going to help with morale as well. And then as soon as he's done, he has to go back on patrol. They're definitely blobbing. Oh yeah, they're blobbing. No time for a third batch. Noble Whale, thank you for the sub. What kind of whale are you? Greenland? Well, that would be a shark. I take that back. No, it just sounds stupid. Blue? Baleen? If I could be a whale, I'd be a killer whale. Yeah, I mean, blue whales is the biggest animal that we know of that has ever been on this planet. Pretty majestic. Crimson, thank you for gifting out subs. Double drinks on you then, huh? Just a peachy whale? I like it. Stormguard, how's your health? She's looking pretty good. Inspired surgery for Redfield. Well, luckily, I don't need to amputate or anything. So we're good there. Our water capacity's looking pretty awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Zed City, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 8th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers,